Hello and welcome to this video from filmsbychris.com. That's Chris with a K. I'm Chris with a K. Let's do some real-world, real-time web scraping of a proxy list. This is for a viewer of mine. Let's just go ahead and say free proxy list. And I'm just going to go to the first page here. So this looks like a site. You can free proxy, get a proxy list. Actually, might be able to click that. Okay. We can buy a proxy list, but they do have a list here. I'm going to assume that this is a real list. It looks like they check when they were updated and whether they're HTTPS or no, all this stuff. But I just want to grab this list. I want to grab the IP address and its port number. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit F12 to open up my developer console. I'm going to go to network and I'm going to refresh the page. I'm going to try to filter this by clicking on this. Unfortunately, there's no JSON here. Let's go ahead and just grab the URL then, right? Let's look right here. We have 147. So let's just use wget -q -o or q capital O. We're going to dump it to the screen, give it that URL, and we'll do that. And we got some HTML there. Let's just grep for 147. Okay, I'll look at that. Okay, so right here we got that information and the port number, and we got some HTML. So we want to look for tags that we can grab to narrow down this information, right? So first thing I would do is I would put this into sed, and I've done this before because a lot of the HTML is on one page. We're just going to say, okay, anytime there's a less than symbol, make it a new line and less than symbol. That will put our tags, format our HTML a little bit better. There are tools for doing that, but that's a simple way of doing that. And then at that point, we will grep for 147. And there we go. We have TD, and we also have the list here. This looks like the same information. There's the IP address. There's the IP address. There's no tags around this. So something we can do is we can start looking before and after. So let's just go, I don't know, 3 lines above that match and see what we get. We're getting a list here, and it looks like we're getting a list of the numbers. So at this point, again, I'm doing this real time. We could start looking through this table here, but this is interesting down here, the fact that we're getting the IP addresses on lines by themselves. Let's go back to the web browser. Let's go ahead and hit Control U to look at the website here, and I'm laughing because a lot of the page is just a list of ports. Normally these would all be in tags or some sort of variable, but it looks like they're in a text area. This is actually going to be a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. Let's just remove all this and let's grep for, again, 147. And yeah, we're getting some lines here. So if I was to grep for, I'm going to say the caret symbol. That means starting with, and then I'm just going to use a regular expression, brackets 0-9. That's saying return only lines that begin with a number, a digit 0 through 9. And oh wow, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to have to grep through the HTML, but yeah, this is actually just returning that list. Let's just confirm some things. So I'm going to grab this IP address. Oh, sorry, grab this IP address. Control-Shift-C to copy that. Let's go back here. Control-F, Control-V. So there's that IP address and 8080, and that's what we got here. So yeah, this tutorial again was real life. Usually it would be harder than this, but sometimes it's simple. This website is giving us that information nice and clear, and I just now have that full list. Of course, we can, if we want more information like the country and stuff like that, we might have to grep through the HTML a little bit more. But that ended up being a whole lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's see, we can pipe that into word count -L to get how many lines. So we just returned 300 proxies and their port numbers just by wgetting that website and looking for lines that's starting with a number. And of course we can dump all that into a file. So like proxy.list. And now I have a file of those proxy.list. Wow. So again, that was a real world example. I actually was hoping that it would be a little more complicated than that. That I would have to pick apart this table. When I saw it looking like a table, I figured this was either an HTML table or div tags that are divided up with spans or something. But it really, again, if we just look at the code of the page, which is a good place to start, they literally just HTML output in one big text field, all that entire list. So anyway, I hope you learned something useful. Please visit filmsbychris.com. That's Chris with the K. I'm not promoting this website or the use of proxies. I'm just letting you know I wanted to do something real time for you. Have a great day.